What's good, my people? Welcome into Buckets, Action Network's daily NBA betting podcast. We're in the workshop. We're in Vegas. Thursday, NBA slate, in-season tourney, semifinals. We got two games. We got two plays. We got two cappers on the pod. If it's Thursday, you know the squad. Sean Little, AC Analyst Capper is off, but you know the man. J Money is Money, a.k.a. NBA Talk with Jay, a.k.a. Mr. Smack City. He's in the building with me. You know the deal. Plays, cap, we get you guys out of here. We're presented by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Go download the Action Network app. Everything you need when it comes to sports betting. AC has something to do. We're going to hold him down. But don't worry, people. He sent through his play, so we're still going to have three plays for you guys on this in-season tournament semi-Thursday. J Money is Money. Right before we hopped on, we got Championship Jay coming out to Vegas. Jay going to meet me in Vegas. I go to Vegas tomorrow to catch the semis. Jay's going to pull up Saturday for the championship. How you feeling, Jay?
Yeah, I can't say, man. I like how you be opening the show. We're in the workshop. I like that. I dig.
You like that? Yeah, man. We in the
Yeah.
workshop. We trying to find the edge, you know?
No, that's a fact, man. Yeah, everything's going good, man. Coming off a nice day, but as I always say, it doesn't mean anything if I don't keep it going. You see what I'm saying? So I'm always looking towards the next day. Never get too high, never get too low. Let's try to make some cash, man.
Straight like that. The Wednesday crew, the people you talking to right now went 3-0. Let's try to back it up with another 3-0. J Money is Money. What is your play for the semifinal Thursday, Las Vegas, Nevada in-season tournament?
Yeah, give me the Lakers Pelicans under 230.
I'm going to do something I don't typically do, but I like the spot quite a bit. I'm going to do a little same game parlay, and I'm going to the Milwaukee Bucks, Indiana Pacers game. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 25 plus points. Bucks on the money line, minus 125 at BetMGM Sportsbook. Let's jump right into it. Jay went to the west side of the bracket. Lakers, Pellies, under. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is two top tier defensive teams. I mean, obviously, now when you look at the Pelicans here, this team has defenders, especially coming off the bench. Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, got Jose Alvarado coming off the bench as well. Valanciunas isn't horrible. Zion Williamson can get up there and get some blocks. You see what I'm saying? But when you have AD over there on the other side, I feel like it's going to be tough for both teams to score from the paint. I do think that while the Pelicans have been trying to run and gun lately, these in-season tournament games have been like playoff style type of games. You see not a ton of fouls called. It's a rough type of game, playoff style type of game. I'm expecting the pace to be a little bit slower here, a lot more methodical basketball in this one. So with two top tier defensive teams coming in, and you look at this as well, Sean, when you're a basketball team and you're going into a new arena, the ceiling is a little lower than regular NBA arenas as well. So they've never played. They don't usually play in this arena, so you get a sight change as well. I'm expecting the jumpers not to be falling at least to start in this game. I was thinking about first half under, but I think both of them cash first half under and full game. I don't think this one gets past 220 points in my opinion. Both of these teams, like I say, are top tier defensive offense on the starting five and coming off the bench. I think these guys can lock up, man. I forgot to mention Najee Marshall as well, man. So have you heard not on Herb Jones, man? This team, they both have really good defenders. And Anthony Davis looking like he could be the defensive player of the year so far as well, man. So and they got Jared Vanderbilt back as well. Give me an under in this game, man.
This is going to feel different. And when things start to feel different and things are unfamiliar, people get tight, jumpers don't fall. This is what we saw in the Knicks-Bucks game was an anomaly. The Bucks absolutely shot the complete lights out in an elimination game. The Knicks had absolutely no chance. They could shrug that game off, burn the tape, and just continue back on to the regular season and start making that push for the playoffs. This is going to feel different. The only game on in that slot, it's a semifinal at T-Mobile Arena where a lot of these guys have never played hoops before, if at all. People are going to be tight. And if we're talking about something, we know LeBron and the Lakers, their final goal is to win the title. The Pelicans' goal This hardware seems actually attainable now to guys like BI, to guys like Zion, to guys like Alvarado, and the rest of them. That whole roster could potentially get some hardware when we're talking about guys on the Lakers that have the most hardware of all time in LeBron James. AD has a ring. This is not something I see AD potentially being all that fired up for regardless. It's clear that LeBron is out there trying to go get the inaugural cup. The way he closed the first half last night against the Suns, the guy's in a different type of shape. There's no doubt about that. But also, they hadn't played, I think, since like 3 or 4 days prior to when they played the Suns. LeBron was well rested. Now they got to travel to Vegas on 1 day rest, and they need LeBron to play 40 minutes for those guys to be able to bang up with the Pelicans. The under is the only play for me here as well. I would try to snatch up a 230. I feel like this number is gonna tick down as we start to get towards the tip. As I mentioned, I don't do this very often. J Money is money, if ever. But I think this is a very good spot to do it. Give me the little same game parlay. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 25 plus points. Bucks on the money line. So this is I see this as a perfect way to get the money line on the Milwaukee Bucks down from that 180, 185 number to minus 125, minus 130, depending on where you end up putting this ticket in. Because if Giannis and the Bucks get the W, he's scoring 25 points. I'm not worried about that. That's the cap on the reason I like the same game parlay. I just think it gets me a better price. And if they get the W, Giannis is going to at least score 25. Let's talk about the overall matchup between the Bucks and the Pacers. Now, I think a big thing here is this is a revenge J spot. These squads played last 11-9. Bucks lost 126-124. Giannis had 54 and 12 rebounds, and they had no Dame Lillard. Now, I think this is even more important than the revenge spot that the Milwaukee Bucks have seen these dudes. They've seen the up and down, defense optional, run and gun, Tyrese Haliburton style. That is major for me in this cap and how I look at this game. They're not going to be surprised by how they're playing ball. They've already witnessed it. They almost got the W without their second best player. I know Giannis scored 54, but Giannis is going to be hard pressed to be stopped in this game. I really like this spot. I think, as much as the Indiana Pacers want this title and how it's a really feel-good story, I think that is starting to get a little fever pitch here that they can keep this game tight with the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks have been the second best offense in the NBA behind the Pacers. So you're telling me now in the last 11, 12 games, Milwaukee is playing just as good on offense as the Pacers, and then you put these guys on a big stage with the two best players on the floor in Giannis and Dame, they're going to win this game and get to the finals, and then we'll see if they play the Pelicans or the Lakers. But that's how I feel about this matchup. I was really close to just flat out laying the 4.5. I'm not mad at that at all. But I think this is a better way to give you a little protection on the spread because, 4.5, we start to push that 2-possession range, right? So at the end of the game, it might not be a spot where they're falling. Maybe it is because it's a semifinal, but I just wanted to remove that element. Giannis is going to score 25 on these guys. They give up 25 to everybody. And if he scores 25, I get a lot better price on the money line with the Bucks. I'm going to tie those two together. How you feel about the -4 versus the same game, 4.5 versus the same game parlay, bringing that juice down to -130?
This is a revenge spot for the Bucks. I don't usually go against revenge spots, but I'll tell you the truth. I could only look towards Pacers here. I've been watching the Bucks closely, and they're kind of like the same team, right? Defense optional. But I really think that the Pacers actually have defenders. I mean, you see guys like Buddy Hills actually getting down in defensive stance and playing defense. They got Bruce Brown, he's always been a defensive stopper over there. Obi Toppin, I like how they put Benedict Mathurin. They took him out of the starting lineup and put him on the bench. Now you're bringing more punch off of the bench here. I'll be honest, the Pacers are the much deeper team. They're the much more potent offense. I know that the Bucks have Dame and they have Giannis, and Chris Middleton could possibly go off in this game. But I'm watching these guys, and they got three guys over there that are not going to be able to stop Haliburton, and they're not going to be able to stop Buddy Hield or whoever the hell else is at the guard position as well. Damian Lillard, Malik Beasley, and Chris Middleton are damn near cones on defense, man. Are damn near cones. I'm talking about watch Middleton, and he's getting blown by almost every single play. Now, last game, Beasley actually tried to play some defense, but like I never trust Dame playing defense. He'd rather let you score a 2 and then go get the ball back and try to make a 3. But Middleton, I'm really starting to get worried about him. So they're 1 through 3. Their 3 starters there are not defensive guys whatsoever. That's something I worry about going up against a potent offense versus the Pacers. But the Pacers do need to knock down shots. That's one thing you can say about Giannis and company with the Bucks. If Giannis can get to the basket and have success and draw fouls, that's where they could really have a major advantage there. So I like the fact that you're throwing in him to get the 25 points. But to be honest with you, I mean, these are 2 tough games. Could see them going either way, but I do lean towards the Pacers plus the 4.5 here. It could be a tight game, and I just feel like they have the much deeper bench as well. Only player I'm trusting off the Bucks bench is Bobby Portis. Other than that, I mean, throw those guys down to the G League. Now, I don't want to disrespect them; they're not horrible, but the Pacers
campaign has been solid. Campaign has been solid, and I noticed Jay. When you started talking defense, you didn't mention Brook Lopez. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Lopez, but he's not.
You didn't bring Brook
I'll tell you
at the rim.
Lopez had a game where he had 8 blocks this season, but I'm watching Lopez and he doesn't look the same to me from last year. Now the Bucks have been balling, but I'm telling you right now, it's Dame and it's Giannis the reason why they've been balling so hard. It's not Lopez. He's not knocking down the threes like he usually is. He's a step slower. Remember, these guys are getting older and older every single year.
It's an old roster. So, that's a big knock on the entire team is that this roster is old and ragged.
And guess what? How is Brook Lopez going to fare in this game? The Pacers are running up and down the floor the whole game. How are Middleton, who's obviously still affected by coming off that injury and surgery, how are him and Lopez going to do in this game? Who are they going to go to? I mean, they're probably going to have to go to Bobby Portis at the 5 for the majority of this game, in my opinion, because Brook Lopez can get ran off the floor in this particular game.
I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to see it. I think the Bucks get it done, and I know Giannis is going to show up in a major way on this big stage. Now, listen, Jay, if Haliburton is throwing shit off the backboard and picking up 4-point plays and all types of shit, then, pack it up. It's over. Triple doubles, everything else. But if this is close, and I expect it to be close, and I expect it to be high scoring, total opened at 248.5, went up to 253.5 almost instantaneously. So we expect points. I expect this game, if it's close, this is just going to be one of those spots where I'm banking on Dame Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo to pull out a possession or two and get us 1 or 2 more stops than the Indiana Pacers. So stay tuned. We will see. That's going to do it for me and Jay Money on this semifinal Las Vegas in-season tournament Thursday. To recap, Jay Money is on the Lakers Lakers and Pelicans under 230. I am on Giannis Antetokounmpo 25+ points and the Bucks money line. Got to give out AC's play. Almost forgot that. AC likes Chris Middleton over 4.5 rebounds for the Milwaukee Bucks. That's the 3 plays on the sheet. For Jay Money is Money. I am Sean Little. Thank you for listening. We'll be back tomorrow. We're presented by BetMGM Sportsbook. And don't forget it. Get buckets, baby. We'll see y'all tomorrow.